Hello, welcome everybody. Letting some people in. All right, Deepa, I'm going to go ahead and make you the host.
Ashley, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. All right,
Perfect. Okay.
all right.
Let's get started.
I'll turn
Sorry for
hosting
the
over to
delay.
you. Yep.
Yeah, I think I went to the wrong meeting. Um,
All right, I'm making
Morning,
host now.
everybody. Okay, great. Yes. I'm going to be covering the sales process in AltheaSuite today. Most of you already know, as you are our current customers with AltheaSuite, but I want to just make it simple so that I'll share my screen. Couple of enhancements this week. I every time come back here and there are something rather new that I have. We have added in-house financing. If any of you guys want to use that for your business, please reach out to our team. And this is already released module. It can be added to anybody's account. We have also finally released the digital price tags. If anybody wants to uh, have digital price tags at their business, we are ready with that. And this week we have also released auto sync with RWS website at a set time. I think most of our current customers do not have that set up. Please send an email and we will set that auto sync. It's going to be in the evening, maybe at around 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. PST. But what it is going to do is automatically get your prices from the website and update your Althea Suite account with the new pricing. It will also create the new products on the website if there is anything new. It's going to create that in your AltheaSuite account. So it's a change which can affect. So you will have to give us the details about, do you want to update the pricing or you just want to download the new products? But we are ready with that. So coming to the main topic today is sales. A lot of our customers in Althea Suite make direct invoices. A lot of us make orders in my account here. I do not have orders currently, so that I can only focus on sales processes. It could be you're making a sales for a furniture or you're making a sales for an appliance. Both of these things can be handled in the same system. Um, our sales invoice process, even if you have a single location or multiple location, automatically picks the location where you are, and you are able to create invoice in the system. There are system reports which a lot of our customers are not very much aware of under business intelligence, which gives you a detail about what you're selling at each location, what you're selling at your location, one location, a daily collection report, how much is your collections by payment modes. Please look at your Althea Suite account under the reports section and look at these reports and reach out to us if you need any help. Um, so when you're making invoice, and if you are here and all you gotta do is create invoice, there are a couple of things. If you have not set up an email with the invoicing, please do that. That way, as soon as the invoice is made, it can be sent to your customer with that email ID that's saved in the database. There are no two steps here. So text messaging is also important because we can use this number to send the delivery note to your customer when we are ready to deliver this product. This needs to be checked, email sales invoice to customer, otherwise the invoice is not going to go. But if you check this once, it's always going to remember and send the invoice. Let's go ahead and add a product. If you are adding a product in the system, I always suggest that instead of looking up like this or going to the three dots and finding the product, let's go ahead and type the model number or a little bit of information you have about that product here. So if I start typing queen, comma, memory, it is going to bring every product with those keywords that I am adding. We have very fast ways to do keyword search when you're adding any model number or any product in the invoicing. I could have also done comma M59. So it further brings it down to the search. Okay, this is my product. I want to add to this invoice. We do complete delivery management here. Go ahead and say create schedule for all items. This is going to open the calendar right there. If you do not want to schedule it on the calendar, you don't want to manage the deliveries, we can just remove this whole section because some of our customers want to keep it very simple. So that option is there. But over here, I can say schedule delivery. This is going to open your complete calendar interface where I can decide, okay, which truck needs to go. Truck one is going to take this delivery. Both the products are going in the same delivery. And I save that. Our calendar interface is drag and drop. If truck one is filled up, we also have options of slots in the truck where as soon as you added the delivery on the truck, and if you said that this truck has only 6 slots, it's going to give you a message once the 6 slots are filled up that, hey, this truck slots are filled. You go and schedule it on another day or put it in another truck. I can move it to truck 2 schedule. Okay, truck 1 is not available. This needs to go to truck 2 schedule. So this is how you can schedule this. Even if I have scheduled it, this can be changed. You do not have stock or something changed or customer is not available. This can be changed. Please be aware that this is your fulfillment warehouse and the stock is going to reduce from the warehouse you have selected here. I can also come here and check the stock. It will show me if I don't have stock or if I have stock. So it looks like I have 4 here, but I have negative, meaning I must have made a sale from Redmond store and I did not have any stock. I must have made some invoices from storage warehouse and I did not have stock, so it went in the negative. So I'm picking this up from home furnishing warehouse now because I have stock there. I'll change for both of them. The tax is going to get calculated. The total is there. Let's go ahead and accept the payment. If you're using Payrock or Wells Fargo, if you're using Wells Fargo Clover devices, this can be sent to your customer as a payment link. Just all you got to do is payment is by card and send payment link to customer, or it can be on account, or it could be split payments, and I can save and print that invoice. As soon as invoice is printed, it gets emailed to your customer. We suggest there's no need to print the invoices and waste paper, as AltheaSuite is anyway going to email your invoice to the customer. So a lot of times, what we have noticed is that our customers are making invoice and then they end up making modification of invoice is not heavily suggested. We have the option to fix the data entry mistakes, but you have to just change the employee name who was added in that invoice. You can view that and make that change. If you have added an associated employee, you can view that and make that change. At times, you could also change the customer in the view mode. Maybe a wrong customer account was associated. That can be changed in the view mode. So a lot of things can happen in the view mode if you have to make small changes. If the payment has been received now, your customer comes back and makes a payment, please go ahead and do receive payment. What we have seen is that people make that invoice, open it in the modify mode, and then add the new payment. We have a beautiful receive payment module. It is going to tell you all the money that has been pending for that customer for different invoices. You could clear it right here, and invoice is going to get updated as payment received. If there is a sales return, once again, no need to modify that invoice and do a return. You could come here and do a sales return, issue sales return, or the only difference is if you did issue sales return here, it's going to bring all the products in that invoice in that document. What if you had maybe 10 items in that document and the customer is only returning one product? So the easier way would be go to the sales return screen, create a new return. Over here, select, ask your customer, hey, what's your invoice number? It automatically brings up the customer detail. In this drop-down, you only see the products that you have sold them. Select the one which they are returning, and then go ahead and create that return. One more thing, which I have reviewed earlier also a couple of times, I am not returning the product, but I am just giving some credit to customer as when we delivered it, something went wrong, there is a scratch in the product, customer is still keeping it, or there was a delay in the delivery. So I can come here and say, mark it as a customer goodwill credit. It got damaged a little bit at the time of delivery. We're giving him a $20, a goodwill credit. So this is not a return. It is not reducing the stock in the system. It's not reversing the sales of the product. It's just a credit memo on that invoice. So I gave him $20 back. I create that return. If we go back and see the original invoice, let it load here. If I come and open that invoice, if you see here, it's going to get logged here that there is a $20 issued as a customer goodwill against that product. Once again, the product is still with the customer, but it's just a $20, which will affect the COGS. Now, this is a simple invoicing process. Make invoice, make a return, receive payment, create customer goodwill. There could be a situation which is like, I made an invoice, customer is still at the store, and he wants to add one more product to the same invoice. There are times we would suggest that, hey, why wouldn't you create a new invoice? But there are times our customers have told us that they want to add to the same invoice without creating a new invoice. We do have an option which says that modify invoice. If it is not there in your account, please reach out and we will add that. It was not there in my other account. Modify invoice, keeping existing payment. So if I clicked on that, what it is going to do is it's going to open the current products in that invoice as it is, whatever I have sold earlier, and it's going to add a new, I need to log into the system. Give it a minute. Okay. So I have this product, I have this money already here. Let me just add another. Oh, this invoice is made from the order, so I cannot modify that. So let's consider an invoice which is made directly. I will quickly create. If it's from the order, you cannot make any changes. The update has to be at the order level. So I'm gonna just put some random product. I'll say this needs to be delivered. It is $400. While we are adding this product in the system, let's go ahead and accept the money. Customer paid by cash, $100. Remaining he paid by credit card. So we have two payment modes already, and this invoice is made and saved in the system. Customer is still at the store. He wants to add something else to the same invoice. Modify invoice, keeping existing payment. That is going to open that invoice again. You will see that, okay, I'm going to add something else. I'll find something which also has serial number. I'm going to add this product. These are our combo pop-ups, which are very helpful. The product got added. I'll say this needs to be delivered. It is a serialized product, so good thing. I can select the serial number right here, or I can add it later at the time of delivery. That's absolutely fine. Go ahead to the Pay Now screen. This is telling you that you have cash of $100. You already have credit card $322. There is a new pending amount of $252. Existing money in cash is 100. Existing money in credit card is this much. I need to take 252.12 again. I can take it in any other payment mode, or I can also keep it on account. I can say he's going to do an ACH transfer, or it could be cash and card again. So now I am saving that invoice with a new product in it without changing the existing payment. So that's a good option to use if you must add the new product in the same invoice. Right. Let's print that invoice and see that it got updated with cash, card, and ACH, and there is an earlier balance due of that much amount. So this is another way you could make changes to your existing invoice. Now let's talk about creating an invoice with the serial number. I just made this invoice and I added a product which is a serialized product, but I have not assigned the serial number yet. No need to modify that invoice. You have this option, reserve inventory. It opens that invoice in the view mode. And then over here, you will be able to see the item where the serial number has to be assigned. You can say change serial number, assign serial number. I can swap it from any other order or invoice and allocate it and change that. So I have updated the serial number while my invoice is in the view mode, and I can just come out of this screen. If you notice, this invoice is to be delivered, so it should be there in my pending delivery queue, or if I have set the auto trips, it might have just created a trip. I'm not sure about my setting. Let's check that. Okay, so I haven't created an auto trip. So my order is sitting here and it's saying that the fulfillment date is 7th of November. That's what I had picked up on the calendar. It's giving me all the details, order number, document number, who made it. This here is your fulfillment warehouse. From where do you want to fulfill this order? Once again, if I create a trip for this one, or we do have option to auto create a trip. What I want to show is over here also, you have again an option to swap the serial number. So you made an invoice, somebody added a serial, but at the time of delivery, the serial number is different. You could come here and again assign a new serial number. There are no remaining serial numbers. Show serial number which is assigned to that. Change serial number. So this option will give you, if there are any other serials in the system, I can select the new one and that will automatically swap. I don't have any other serial. I just have a one serial number right now. So serial numbers, we suggest if you are managing deliveries in AltheaSuite, should be allocated at the time of delivery because 99% it's going to change because your delivery team is only going to scan what they see in front of them. But if you are not managing delivery here, then it's okay to assign it in the sales invoice. Otherwise, do it at the time of delivery. If you're making an order, still the serial numbers can be allocated at the time of loading the truck. I'm going to enable a setting and make some changes here and show you for our customers who have the problem that, customer order model number 1, but in rush, your delivery team picked up a wrong model and delivered to your customer. So we will go to the delivery settings. I'm going to say I have this exclude step to load the truck. I'm going to enable it. In load truck, do not show pick SKU. I'm going to enable my load truck option. What it is doing is serial number is required at the time of loading, and I will apply that. Now, when I have created a trip in AltheaSuite, and then when your driver is starting that trip, the first option they will see is load the truck. Let's go ahead and assign a driver to your trip. You see here on this screen, what happens is, well, this is not a good example. I have only one product. Your trip will have 10 different products that you're going to be dispatching and loading in the truck. This is a very good screen where you can ask your drivers or the warehouse person who is going to be loading the truck, open this and start scanning it. So I am going to scan a random number, and when I'm loading the truck, it's not finding this product. If I scan this model again and I enter it, it comes to the load truck option here. So you could load your truck's item to be loaded and move it to the loaded items. But if you are scanning a wrong product on this screen, it's going to give you a message, it's going to give you a beep sound and all that stuff that you are loading a wrong product with the wrong number on your truck. So this is a screen which is called accept and load the truck. It does exactly opposite to what our unload schedule does. Unload schedule meaning you receiving the products and you're unloading the truck. And this is also very useful. It is in the purchase section, but since we are in the sales, this also helps you a lot. Like you could unload the truck of multiple POs together, quickly scan the serial numbers and receive them. And the loading truck is opposite, where you could load the truck and scan the serials and load them on the truck. So if you have scanned a serial which is different from what is assigned on the invoice, it's also going to swap that serial number and update the invoice with the serial that you have scanned at the time of loading the truck. So this is how sales processes can be handled in AltheaSuite. Purely, if you're not using order, you're just making the invoices, these are the ways to do it. There are so many filters here which can give you more information about like show item list. It's going to break up your sales into different line items. We all know that there are fulfillment colors here, which will tell you what you have in stock, what you can deliver, what you cannot deliver. You could have allow multiple selection and see your shortage and create back order POs from this screen. Any data you want to export, we have export button here. If you want to put a date range, say I want to see what's my sales this month, and then now you want to export that data, please do that. Columns that you do not want, you can always move them on the left side, and it will only show you what you need. You can also bring them in front. Fulfillment date, as soon as a product is delivered, is going to get updated in the delivery date. The reason it's a question mark is because, you could have multiple fulfillment dates for the same order. So if I am not in the show item list, then invoice might have multiple products with multiple days on which it was fulfilled. Similarly, a back order PO which is created, there are nothing here. So I'm just telling you that if you clicked on this question mark, it will show you all the back order POs that are linked with that original invoice. So a lot of information is here for you to check. Let's go back to the dashboard. Dashboard is always showing you the real-time sales. You can apply the filters. You can say, keep a breakup by category and show me. Or you could say, keep a breakup by employee on the other dashboard screen. I say series breakup is by create by employee or associated employee. So if you apply that, it changes to the employee name here. You could have a breakup by weekly, monthly, yearly sales and show that. If you want sales by instead of quarter, a lot of people say they want to see sales by year. So I can rename it, and I would say, come down here and say, change it to year. Now apply it. So now it's showing you sale today, sale this week, sale this month, sale year to date. So these changes you can do yourself on the dashboard and have different views here. Similarly, your collections, a lot of times your collections are going to be all the time, your collections are going to be always different from your sales. You might be showing here sales as, oh, okay, today's sale is $638, but in your drawer, you do not have that much money because some of this is on account. Customer has to pay later. So come back to the collection. This is your collection today. This is how much money you collected. I would go to the collection. I will go to the payment type and I don't want to see balance as my collection because it's still on account. It's not money in my drawer. I can add all these cash, card, check payment, ACH. I can apply these filters and also make it as a set as default and apply that. This is your exact collection now. This because if invoice is made with the balance payment mode, that's again not a collection. So I can also come here and say series breakup by payment type. So it's going to tell me ACH, advance, balance, whatever different payment modes are. But this is now collection throughout the system. Let it be made order made and received cash, invoice made and received credit card, or made a receipt payment and received by check. This is your actual collection of the day. So this is how you could change your views. And these views are per login. So if I change something in this account, doesn't mean you will see it. These are login based. So everybody can create their own dashboard views and see how they want to see the data. Can you use modify sales ticket to remove product prior to delivery? Yes, Gina, you could definitely come back here. And I think in your case, you will to be using the orders. And that's the perfect way to go. Order does not create any um, sales account update. So modify that uh, order and remove the model and add the model. That's the best option. But if you want to modify your sales invoice, we do have that option. The delivery has payment is pending, dispatch is pending, or I can come here. I can definitely go ahead and modify my invoice. Actually, if you think about it, modify invoice in AltheaSuite means it's actually voiding the whole sales in the backend that was created earlier and just creating a new ticket. I can come here, just add something new, entirely new, and then remove this one. So I'm actually swapping the whole thing. I remove one product and I added the new product. Go ahead and accept the money. It highlights on the money that you have, but you still need to override and take the whole money again. It is not going to do is like add more money to the same account. I do have money in the finance agency. Okay, we will use that. It is also saying that earlier you took payment by credit card. We can use that, but total amount. So I would suggest this is a little, this is like like I said, you're actually deleting the old payment. So I would suggest remove all the old payments and take the new payment mode and then save because this was a lesser money than the earlier invoice and then save that invoice. If you notice, we just modified the invoice. If you go to financial transactions and stock transactions, you will have no idea what was there earlier and what happened now because it actually deletes the whole invoice at the back end and creates a new invoice. So as you are going to proceed with orders, the best way is modify that order and make those changes instead of modifying the whole invoice. So I don't even know which, but it will save with the same date how you had done it earlier. It will save with the same employee name, everything remains same. So whatever invoice I just modified, I don't know which one I did, but if I went ahead and checked the stock transactions under inventory, it removes the earlier transaction. It just creates a new transaction here. Whatever that invoice was, I don't remember. If you went to financial transactions again, if you modified an invoice, it will remove the earlier financial transaction. It will just create a new entry here. So be careful about that modification. But there are options to do it because a lot of our customers do not use orders. They only make sales. So for them, this option is what they have to do. I have already finished the time. If anybody has any questions, do let me know. Um, We do have a lot of changes in our service call, the way we handle our service calls. We understood from our existing customers that when you create a service call, if it is under warranty, the price needs to be paid by the warranty company, and the invoice must not display the pricing for the customer. All those enhancements I would like to show to everybody who is using service calls in my next meeting, next Thursday morning. Please join. That release is going out on Monday. We can update your accounts, but before that, if we review it together, that will be very helpful. Yeah. Thank you to everybody. Unless you have any questions, we will end this meeting. Sounds good. We are good to end this meeting, and I'll see you everybody on Thursday next week. Thank you.
Thank you, Deepa. Thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye.
Thanks for coming, everyone.